Unless people are engaged by how you say things, nothing that you say will matter. Churchill, one of the world's most influential politicians, actually struggled with a crippling stutter. It comes to most people as a surprise, because he overcame it and moved on to become one of the most eloquent speakers and orators the world has seen. His popular line, "Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few," has moved many tears in 1940. Well, imagine if he had said the same line, but with a stutter. To put it nicely, the impact would have been greatly reduced. His enunciation, pitch, timbre, pacing were on point, and that's what made it naturally captivating. But it took him certain practice to reach that level to become naturally captivating. Before we get into how he was able to achieve this, in this channel, I help people overcome their inhibited voice so that they speak with confidence for life. In the link below, I share a free mini course, my gift to you, to help you have a healthy foundation for your vocal power. If that sounds like a positive cause to you, please hit the like and subscribe button so the knowledge reaches more people that need it. Without further ado, let's dive in. In this video, I share with you a powerful lesson from the book Change Your Voice, Change Your Life by Dr. Morton Cooper. According to the book, how did Churchill overcome his speech deficiency? Through a process called Voice Retraining. Voice retraining enables you to produce sound correctly, which ultimately helps you fulfill your life's full potential. Because to achieve success in almost any aspect of life, you need communication. No matter how brilliant the words that leave your mouth are, if not said in a flattering, captivating, charismatic way, the human brain of the person listening will not mark it to be important. This usually holds people back in their jobs and in personal life. It holds people back from creating new relationships, especially with the opposite sex, because they can't express in an engaging way, even if their heart is in the right place and even if they have great ideas to share. The love that they have and the ideas that they have just go to waste because they don't have the outlet to express it properly. Improving how you say your words improves every aspect of your life, even your mental health, because you're not overthinking what you want to say anymore. Words just flow naturally. Dr. Cooper calls this the voice of success. What are the characteristics of that voice of success? Well, it represents you. The voice of success represents your personality, your gifts, and allows you to deliver them to the world. It is not weak, monotone, raspy, or nasal, because these qualities alienate the listeners. It disconnects people from your message, be it your clients at work, your co-workers, or your loved ones in your personal relationships. Instead, your voice of success must have the qualities that attract your listeners, that captivate their attention, whether you're saying something casual or whether you're saying something of grave importance, just like the statement that Churchill made in 1940. And because people don't love their voice, they don't embrace the fullness of their voice, many times they end up staying silent when they want to say something that's really important. Many times people swallow their words when they're trying to say something that may help somebody or help themselves, asking for their needs. So why do people cringe when they hear their own voice on a recording? Well, it's because they're not using their voice properly. Their voice is not resonating and vibrating in the right areas in their body. Subsequently, their voice doesn't function half of the time. They end up swallowing their words, mumbling, or speaking in an unclear accent. Not that there's anything wrong with accents. Accents can be beautiful. However, the problem comes when communication becomes unclear, when the accents become an impediment for communication, for communicating your emotions and your thoughts. So how did these qualities come into play to begin with? That's a great question. Let's try to answer that. All these deficiencies, stuttering, mumbling, monotone, come from an unnatural use of the voice, resulting in faulty neuromuscular coordination between the brain and the voice, which leads to compensatory muscles from the shoulders, from the neck, from the jaw, trying to produce the sound when these muscles have nothing to do with the sound to begin with. And that is why the voice ends up not sounding strong, not sounding fluent, and not sounding natural and filled with vitality. So what's the solution? The solution is to go back to the basics. You were born with a powerful voice. In fact, the first thing you did when you came to this world is that you cried and you screamed. And little by little, you started to form more intentional sounds, then words, then sentences. Combined with your emotions and ideas, you have a full-on ability to speak. But over time, you started to accumulate bad vocal habits. When you had to suppress yourself, when you had to suppress who you are, your emotions, your thoughts and ideas in order to fit in order to stay safe and not be yelled at, in order to stay hidden and not be screamed at or laughed at by your classmates, by your parents, or a teacher. That's when chronic muscle tightness started to happen in your voice. Because it's trying to keep you safe. It was just doing the best it could with the tools that it had at the time. Your brain, I'm speaking about. In other words, it's a coping mechanism that had served you well in the past, but it's not serving you well anymore. Now it's keeping you stuck in your career and in your personal relationships, and even with your mental health. The book highlights another common yet overlooked cause of bad vocal habits. Some people are born with captivating voices, but their parents have poor vocal use. Subsequently, the child imitates the voice of their parents, their monotone, their inflections, their pacing, their mumbling, their stuttering. So they end up losing their true, authentic voice. After that, they start to believe that they're shy. They start to believe that they're just a quiet person. But the truth of the matter is, they mimicked bad vocal habits growing up. Gradually and over time, as they get older, they find themselves having social anxiety. They find themselves experiencing inability to be assertive, to set boundaries, to say what's right, what needs to be said in a natural and compassionate way, because their voice has been stifled. People don't take them seriously, which creates more social anxiety. It becomes a loop almost of disempowerment that needs to be broken at both ends, the physical voice and the psychological aspect, the part of the bad vocal habits and the part of the psychological suppression that happened. Next thing you know, in spite of their intellectual abilities, they cannot excel in their careers because they cannot take leadership in meetings. People don't take their ideas seriously. People may be talking over them because how they deliver their ideas does not exude confidence. So as you become more aware of your vocal habits, the good ones and the bad ones, and having that desire to improve, you're well on the path that will serve you so well. It is so rewarding to open up your voice and release the bad habits. It's like breaking out of a cage. Not only does your voice transmit information, ideas, and emotions, but it shares with the world who you are. You can either be reacted to in a negative manner or be completely misunderstood, or people can see you in a positive light and receive what you're trying to share with them with increased consideration. And all that is required is for you to release the bad vocal habits and to acquire your natural, powerful, and authentic vocal habits. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you understand your vocal power and charisma a little bit better. With that, stay well, much love, and I'll see you in the next video.